So John chapter 13, we've got Jesus the night before he's arrested, right, in this upper room of a house with his disciples. And this is really his last sermon, right, for his disciples before everything goes down. And how do we see him using this time? We see his last sermon is him actually wrapping a towel around himself, getting down on one knee and washing the feet of his disciples. And remember yesterday we said that washing a guest's feet was customary, but it was done by a servant, not by the host. And Jesus, he takes on the role of a servant by lowering himself and offering to perform a job that was seen as beneath him, right? And look what it says right before he gets ready to wash, right? He tells his disciples, hey, by the way, one of you are going to betray me. Like, he knows Judas is going to betray him. In fact, if you read the other Gospels, you know that Judas has been stealing money from Jesus and the group for some time now, taking out of the tithe. And Jesus knew it and had been forgiving him time and time again. And now Judas was about to leave and go sell Jesus out for 30 pieces of silver. And Jesus was about to experience all this pain and suffering and anguish because one of his closest friends sold him out. So think about it, right? The very last time Jesus, the very last thing Jesus does, knowing that Judas is about to do to him, is serve him. Knowing full well what's going to come next in the story, right? Like, after this finished, Judas literally gets up, leaves, and goes and sells him out to the religious leaders, like right after this. And what's funny is, I don't know where you are in your relationship with Jesus, what sin you're struggling with, what rebellion you've had against God's authority, but I can say I'm Judas in this story because I've betrayed Jesus time and time again with my actions, even though he first loved me, even though he gave his life for me, even though he was, washed my feet, has saved me from my sin, while I was still a sinner, knowing that I was going to betray him. Christ still died for me and he still forgives me to this day. I think the easy thing to do in this passage is read it and then think, we're like one of the disciples who didn't betray Jesus. To look at Judas with disgust and disapproval. Because I think the truth of the matter is, we're far closer to Judas than we think. Jesus is loyal to Judas, not because Judas is loyal to him. He doesn't buy into the, if you have my back, I've got your back mindset, that selfish mindset that expects to receive in order to give. Jesus is like, you are not loyal to people because they're loyal to you. You're loyal to other people because I'm loyal to you. So we can't be loyal to other people just because of what they do for us. We have to be loyal and act in service to those who don't deserve it, because we don't deserve God being loyal to us. I would just take that thought, just think about it. Think about how you interact with other people. Is there someone in your life that maybe you need to reach out to stand by, to have their back, to be praying for them, to be standing up for them, even if they're not doing it for you, even if they have no loyalty to you, they don't have your back necessarily. But maybe they don't deserve it, but then again, neither do we, right? I would just take a minute and just think on that. Just pray to God and just think about who should I have's back, right? Who do I need to be loyal to and act in service to, even if they don't deserve it, just like Christ did for me.